Yes. The training that I run, Self-wit-Others, is a principle-based, psychophysical, pre-expressive training. What on earth does that mean? Well, we won't worry about psychophysical and pre-expressive, you can look those up elsewhere. But why principles? Eugenia Barber says principles are not rules, they are particularly useful pieces of advice. And I work from 6 core principles. The point of the principles is to help the performer to clarify her mind, to calm her mind, to get rid of useless thinking and useless distractions so that she can do her job, which, as we've talked about in another video, is to turn up and do your job. What are the 6 core principles? Well, first, pursue your pleasure. When you perform, you're not there to have a horrible time. You're there to have a good time. Flow theory, as developed by the psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, tells us that optimal experience, the best experience we can have of deep, deep, deep joy, comes when we push ourselves to the limit of our capabilities. When we work at our edge, we are having the best time ever. That's what we're looking for as we train. We're looking for that deep moment of joy. It is our job to pursue our pleasure and to give of our pleasure and our joy to our audience. Second, as you're working, have no opinion. If you're thinking about your work or you're thinking about other things, you're not doing your work. Your job is to do your job, not think about doing your job. So an opinion is a distraction. First, do your work. Later, you can have opinions about it. Third principle, only pay attention to things you can do something about. Sounds nice and easy, but what that actually means is that when you are working, the moment something happens, you need to make a clear judgment about whether you need to pay attention to it or not pay attention to it. You see somebody rustling in the audience and you worry that they're having a bad time, not your business. Somebody else on stage forgets their line, not your business. Your business is to find out how you can respond, because we must always be paying our full attention to doing our own job, paying attention to the things we can do something about. Fourth principle, don't be helpful. That sounds a little counterintuitive, but if you are trying to help someone else, you are trying to do their job for them. That means you're not doing your job. The most useful thing that you can do at all times is to do your job in a way that enables other people to do their job. If somebody else is doing their job and struggling, you do your job in ways that are open, non-judgmental, and supportive, and you give that other person the space to do their job, and they will find their own way of doing their job, and they will learn the lessons that they need to learn, and they will go through their own process of self-encounter and self-growth. When we help someone, when we try to do their job for them, we simply get in their way, and that is almost always well-intentioned but patronizing. Know your hierarchy of tasks. This is the fifth principle. As we are working, there is always a hierarchy of tasks. There are some things that you simply must do. Some things that it would be cool to do and they're optional. And some things you simply should not do. Know the difference. Always do what you must do. Do as much as you can of what would be good to do. And don't do what you shouldn't do. Again, it sounds so easy, but what it actually means is that in the moment, as you react, you have to know the difference between essentials and non-essentials. And you have to know absolutely what you shouldn't do, what's going to distract you and take you away from your work. And finally, if there's nothing for you to do nothing. Being distracted is not doing nothing. Holding tension in your body is not doing nothing. Trying to do somebody else's job for them is not doing nothing. Doing nothing means that you are fully aware of everything that is being asked of you and of everything that's happening around you, but you don't have anything actually to do, so you wait. You create an attentive, present stillness from which your next action grows. So the process of performance is action and rest. Action and rest. When there's nothing for you to do nothing. And here's one tiny little extra principle. When it's all a little bit too hard, which sometimes it is, smile and do your job.